What that stands for is Able Danger Threat Warning 2020, January 16th. On January 16th, I had a visitor, and based on information swirling around that visit and conversations with people that are related to Operation Red Snapper and Operation Bottom 5%, I just want to publish this national alert and appeal. I am being told by my intelligence sources, and bits and pieces are being confirmed in the news media, that rogue elements in Dick Cheney's Department of Homeland Security, which is a private subcontractor and executive department like DOJ, meaning that they subcontract for our subcontractors, were also working for Hell's Brigade. They conspired with other members of the elite transnational mercenary group, which has infiltrated the national militaries of many nations, including Iran and the U.S., to steal 2 nuclear bombs called baby boomers that are easily transported via railroad car or shipping container from an arsenal in the southeastern United States. The bombs are thought to be intended to stage another, even worse attack than 9/11 on our own soil. The attack would take out the records of so-called legacy trust and land office records for the past 2 centuries, which are stored in Kansas. So the vermin could come in and claim whatever they want about who owes our gold and who owns our land. For my money, call it yet another papal, British, Zionist collusion scheme, an attempt to steal our assets and avoid their own debts by any means possible. Colorado would be a secondary target because that's where the backup records were, past tense, were stored. Please note, were stored. A team of clerks transported computer data copies of all of our land records and legacy trust data to our safe and humble Patriot Archive this morning. Soleimani, the Iranian who was splattered across the asphalt, I call him Soul Man, was involved in transporting and acquiring medical-grade uranium made in Iran into this country, the United States, via our southern border, and from there it would be amassed and used to construct more bombs on site in major cities across America. Iranian and Danish officials discovered the theft of the medical-grade uranium from Iranian facilities and tracked it back to Soleimani. The Iranian government was afraid of him and what he was doing and ratted him and his collaborators out to the United States. Now the hunt is on to locate the missing bombs and the small batch of uranium stolen from the Iranian nuclear facilities by Soul Man and crew. The men doing these awful things are driven by hatred and greed and a shared total disrespect for life and truth. They come from all nations and all disciplines and walks of life, but have only one true allegiance, to pagan religion that is called the religion of the dead, which takes its premises from Grimoire of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I'll spell Grimoire, Grimoire. This is the religion of the Nazi SS and also the religion of Aleister Crowley and his Temple of the Golden Dawn, which is, its English form is called Thelema, Thelema, and which is, in its German form, is called the Thule Society, and Thule is spelled Thule. This is very creepy, very polluted, demon-centered magic, magic. The practitioners forget what ends await them. The rumors that Crowley was Barbara Bush's father are substantiated by Crowley's own diary, and together with Prescott Bush's financial support for Adolf Hitler, makes a convincing argument that the Bush family was part of an intergenerational cult of closet Satanists. Do you think this is a coincidence that GW was reading a nursery story about a goat to children as 9/11 was going down? The goat is the animal totem of the horned god Baphomet, the demon these people worship. Sidebar. the Naval Academy class of 1971 had a member who did intelligence work who donated 5 goats to Annapolis. Those mascot goats were billed 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. Back to this message. Isis was named after the principal goddess Isis, the Egyptian name of Semiramis, also known as Ashtoreth, Astarte, Sybil in Columbia, as in District of Columbia. The ancient pagan plague came to Rome and became a popular religion after the fall of Carthage and was picked up by the Roman legionnaires and the Colosseum gladiators. Remember their salute to Caesar. We are about to die. Salute you. It has continued to be practiced in secret and not so secret, especially in military circles ever since. It seems that at least some of those who make war for a living go soft in the head and make a cult of dying. So Hell's Brigade has been summoned to wage an ersatz nuclear war on America. By taking out Soleimani, we took out the heads of the Viper, a man who was willing to set up his own country as the fall guy for this plot. As usual, the plotters were aiming for a double score, destroy our trust and land records so we could never claim back what is owed us, and at the same time use this attack as an excuse to attack Iran. Just like the bogus BS against Iraq and Libya in 9/11, it was set up, executed by the same group of mercenaries being paid by the same British and Israeli banks using the same subcontractors to do it, and all planned out and supported by the name of no-good politicians and industrialists. Cheney had better hope and pray to God that we find those nukes and medical uranium stockpiles. If we don't, and those things actually get detonated on American soil, this misnamed Department of Homeland Security is likely to be disconstructed down to subatomic level. Sidebar. How many times has Feild McConnell talked about Michael Chertoff and J.M. Cohen as it pertains to not only the attack of 9/11, but the false flag attack in Las Vegas in October of a recent year. And I personally, Feild McConnell, had communicated with Chertoff and J.M. Cohen, and I hold them in contempt. Back to this message, which did not come from Feild McConnell, but I'm well aware of where this message came from. Cheney had better hope and pray to God that we find those nukes and medical uranium stockpiles. If we don't, and those things actually get detonated on American soil, then this named Department of Homeland Security is likely to be deconstructed down to the subatomic level. And as for those people planning on attending any pro-gun rally in Virginia, do not go to that Virginia rally. The governor of a commonwealth has no power to take the guns of rank-and-file Americans. All you have to do to stop him is make sure that you are counted as a rank-and-file American, not any type of U.S. citizen, and U.S. is in parentheses or quotes. For assistance doing that, go to www.theamericanstatesassembly.net. And I hope that people can read that. We will put that in the comment section. Declare your political status and join your state assembly, and you can thumb your nose to all the offers to subject you to gun grabbing, false arrest, child snatching, federal income taxes, political correctness, and all other associated evils. Just come home to America, stop living in that corrupt and national doppelganger called the U.S. and unwittingly subjecting yourselves to foreign laws and its commonwealth governors. The organizers of the Virginia rally need to have the good sense of horses, realize it's just another trap, the vermin trying to get something going so they have an excuse for killing innocent people, and call it off. Don't go. Do not go to the Virginia rally. With all this other crapola in the air and national manhunts ongoing over entire states, there is no time to leave home. It's time to hunker down and help your family and communities and keep your guns safely at home for self-defense purposes. Finally, we need our prayer warriors and people of God to come to our defense as a nation that's greatest sin was falling asleep. Please know that America didn't do these horrible things to the rest of the world, that the Pope's municipal government doing business as the United States and the Queen's bully boy doing business as the United operating in our names and doing evil in our names like any other criminal imposter. The Pashtas are needed now for the search and destroy mission, and that is from a person who I will identify as 7564, and I will identify myself as 7556, and I will update this tomorrow, but this has been ADTW 200116, Operation Red Snapper. And by the way, I just recently, in the last several minutes, the time right now is coming up on high noon. It'll be high noon when I hang up Eastern, and within the last 10 minutes I have found out that the weapons have been identified